Station covering all of the DMV. This is DC News Now.
And good afternoon, and thank you for joining us for DC News Now at 4.
Here's a look at today's top stories all across the DMV.
Following major developing news out of the district, former President Donald Trump facing a third federal indictment for his alleged involvement in January 6th and attempts to overturn the 2020 election. We're live with how DC is preparing for his next appearance in court.
Plus, a driver heading the wrong way on 495 in Maryland leaves one person dead and 9 others injured. We're live with the latest on the string of crashes.
And we've now made it 3 straight days of comfortable temperatures and overall weather conditions across the DMV. But what changes are on the way for Thursday and Friday? We'll have a check of your forecast in just a bit.
All right, Damon, thank you. And thank you for joining us on this Wednesday for DC News Now at 4. I'm Mark Hall.
And I'm Annalisa Gale. We're following breaking news right now on the Hill. Capitol Police have issued a shelter-in-place order for a potential active shooter at the Senate office buildings. Capitol
Police are providing an update right now. Let's take you live to that news conference.
No, the call from MPD did not indicate that they heard anything. It was just someone saying that there was an active shooter, gave a description, and said it was in the Hart building at the time.
Do you believe that there's a motive behind this?
Say again?
Call? Is there any motive behind this call?
That I don't know, and that I don't know.
Have you made initial contact with anyone who might have made that first 911 call? Has there been any attempts?
No, the original caller to MPD, the call just bounces back from. They've tried a couple of times, and it comes back to a different location every time.
Chief, MPD came out pretty early and said that they didn't find anyone and there were no injuries. What explains them getting out so far ahead of you guys?
I'm not sure that that's the case, but we can look at the time frame. But
yeah, I think that the original call that we got, or the original information, was that it was in the Hart building, and we were the first ones to respond to the Hart building, and that was within seconds of us getting the information.
And how many agencies responded? Is it just you and MPD?
The only one that I know of that were inside the buildings were Capitol Police.
Can we say it's a false alarm at this point?
I think at this point we can say that we've found no confirmation that there was an active shooter, and that this may have been a bogus call.
Any idea how they got in the building?
Who got it?
How if there was a person in gear or with a gun?
Well, that was one of the issues that. Of course, we had that we were aware of was that we have officers screening people at every entrance that's open, and so it would have been unusual for anybody to be able to get in. I'm not saying it's impossible, but certainly we had to work on the assumption that somebody may have gotten in, but we had no indication from all the entry points that we staffed that anybody came in that was suspicious.
Chief Ranger, you said that there's not going to be fencing tomorrow. Are there going to be any security precautions, bike racks, increased presence?
We have a security plan in place, yes, absolutely. No, I will not. So, all right, thank you all very much. Appreciate it.
Thank you.
Well, after a 911 call, Capitol Police ordered a shelter in place. You just heard that official say that there was no evidence that there was an active shooter, but obviously, Annalisa, they took the necessary precautions.
Yeah, definitely concerning for the people on the Hill. We'll continue to follow that, and we'll provide the latest on air and online. And our other top story this afternoon, former President Donald Trump is facing a third federal indictment, this time for his alleged involvement in the January 6 riots and attempts to overturn the 2020 election.
Yeah, the former president is facing 4 more federal charges. You may remember that he's already facing 2 other federal indictments for illegally taking and holding classified documents and for hush money in a case in New York.
Now, prosecutors claim that the former president and a group of co-conspirators tried to overturn the 2020 election and retain power. So far, those others have not been named or charged. Special counsel Jack Smith had this to say recently.
Charging Donald J. Trump with conspiring to defraud the United States, conspiring to disenfranchise voters, and conspiring and attempting to obstruct an official proceeding. It was fueled by lies. Lies by the defendant targeted at obstructing a bedrock function of the U.S. government.
And the former president expected at the Prettyman Federal Courthouse tomorrow at 4 p.m. And that's where Daniel Hamburg has been all afternoon. And Daniel, what preparations are underway?
Well, Mark, right now it's really just a mix of local, national, and international members of the media staked out here waiting for former President Trump's arrival here tomorrow at 4 p.m. As you just said, D.C. police and federal law enforcement haven't put up any kind of barriers here today, but they are planning for anything to happen tomorrow. We can tell you that top officials from D.C. police and the Homeland Security were doing a walkthrough of the area in front of the courthouse this afternoon. A U.S. Secret Service spokesperson says they're working closely with the Metropolitan Police Department, U.S. Marshals Service, U.S. Park Police, U.S. Capitol Police, and the Federal Protective Service to ensure the highest levels of safety and security for the former president while minimizing disruptions to the normal court process. I talked with a professor of history from American University who says while this is the, quote, most important indictment in the history of the United States, he doesn't expect a lot of protesters to be here.
If you look at what happened in New York, you know, just a handful of people showed up. You know, no one was lining the streets when, you know, Donald Trump's limousine was coming in. I expect actually, and I hope I'm right, another big fizzle tomorrow.
And D.C. police say you should be vigilant, and if you see something, say something. There could be some traffic closures temporarily, according to the Secret Service, because of Trump's movement in and around the courthouse. We're live in Northwest. Daniel Hamburg, DC News Now.
Daniel, thank you. And before we let you go, this indictment isn't just a big deal nationally, but to many officers who defended the Capitol on January 6th, how are they responding this evening?
Well, several current and former Capitol police officers have put out statements basically saying this is one step closer to justice, and all they've wanted from the beginning is accountability. We'll have more on their stories coming up at 5 o'clock. Annalisa.
All right.
Yeah, Daniel, thank you so very much. We'll get back to our top stories in just a few minutes, but we have to talk about this weather. It's been very nice for the first 3 days of the week.
Yes, beautiful. So much so that we don't want it to go, but this is a live look here at 407 at the National Mall. Let's get over to meteorologist Damon Matson with some news for tomorrow.
And Damon, good things never last, do they?
I know. We always have something changing in the weather department, even when we have this nicer weather. And just like Annalisa said, we don't want it to go anywhere, but there are changes that we have to talk about. Now, first and foremost, one consistent thing over the last couple of days has been a hazy look to the sky as we continue to deal with that plume of wildfire smoke that drifted in from Canada yesterday, and it's been staying overhead for the most part. But we have noticed that haze thinning out a little bit, and overall, as we see a change in our wind direction, we will see this smoke slowly dissipate. That's one benefit to the change we have coming to our weather pattern here. And yes, the wind direction is changing because high pressure is sliding east of us. That is bringing back a southerly wind direction, which again, kicking that haze out of here, but it's opening the door for a storm system that is out to our west. That's going to start to slide in as some humidity gets pulled back into the picture. So primarily what we're dealing with here, folks, is a rise in humidity and increasing storm chances, but that doesn't begin until tomorrow at least. Check out how things are going to be this evening. Just a bit of haze, some clouds mixed into the sky tonight, with temperatures steadily cooling off through the 70s. So looking like another fantastic evening you can enjoy. And overall tonight's not going to be all that bad either, but it's not going to be as crisp as we do start to see a little bit of warmth hang about. Lows will stay in the 60s tonight, but can we expect that warmth to translate into your Thursday and Friday afternoons? And when should we expect some storms to roll through? We'll have your full forecast coming up in just a bit.
Damon, thank you. Now to Maryland. State police say a wrong-way driver is to blame for the crash that claimed a life and injured 9 others, including 3 children.
Yeah, that deadly crash happened on the outer loop of I-495 just before midnight in Bethesda.
DC News Now's Dave LaValle joining us live from the State Police Barrack in Rockville with the latest on this. Dave, what are you learning?
Good afternoon, Annalisa and Mark, and we can tell you within the hour, Maryland State Police have identified the driver killed in that crash as 36-year-old Elizabeth Velez of Easton, Pennsylvania. And one question investigators still want to get answered is, why did the driver that they blame for all of this drive in the wrong direction? Debris and markings show where Monday night's crash happened on the outer loop of I-495 at the Wisconsin Avenue exit. Maryland State Police say 23-year-old Jaylene Hanner of Macon, Georgia, drove in the opposite direction after he entered the highway from I-270, where he also drove in the wrong direction. Hanner crashed head-on into a Lexus and a Nissan Pathfinder driven by Velez, who had her 3 young children with her. The 2 youngest, ages 2 and 5, according to state police, are at Virginia's Inova Hospital. All of the others injured, including Hanner, are at Rockville's Adventist Healthcare Shady Grove Medical Center. Investigators said they arrested him a short time later, and Hanner had alcohol in his system. Among the charges, driving under the influence of alcohol and failure to immediately return and remain at the scene of a crash involving death. We've been told additional charges are pending. We're live in Rockville. Dave Laval, DC News Now.
All right, Dave, thank you. Well, 3 people were hurt after a DC fire and EMS ambulance and a car collided with each other. It happened on Georgia Avenue and Farragut Street in Northwest just after 7 this morning. The driver of the car is in critical condition, and officials told DC News Now that the 2 paramedics were sent to the hospital as a precaution. What exactly caused the crash remains under investigation.
If you're on the road and you see an emergency vehicle with lights and sirens, you need to pull to the right. That's the general rule of thumb. Pull to the right, clear the path so we can safely respond to the scene.
Officials say the ambulance did have a dash camera, but they have not been able to look at the video yet. An investigation is ongoing. Well, great news for Virginia drivers. The George Washington Memorial Parkway is back open for commuters. It fully reopened just before 10 this morning and can now be used for evening commutes. The National Park Services says that crews removed more than 250 fallen trees from along the parkway since Saturday.